Hey everybody, and welcome to the first of many, at least 365 days of doing radical undoing exercises, and then a brief art of not giving a fuck tip or trick to help make your life easier and more fun. And by easier and more fun, I mean cutting out all the ways in which you've perceived yourself as a victim, whatever that is, from the inside or outside circumstances, doesn't matter. And then moving in to the perspective of seeing your life as an adventure that you're living all the time. Okay, had to stop the monitor there. So we will proceed from there. And the way this is going to work is I'm just going to meet up with you each and every day, whoever wants to join in. One of the biggest things that you guys have mentioned, and by you guys I mean anybody I've worked with, any of you guys who have done sessions or come into my sphere of influence in any way and started doing the radical undoing exercises, some of which we'll do in just a moment. One of the biggest things you guys say is that you want to be more consistent with doing this work. So in order to help you be more consistent with it, I decided I'd share some daily undoing exercises, some of which will be the same each day, and then other ones will rotate in and out, some of which are more intense and others of which are more subtle. For tonight, I blocked out half an hour. We'll just go for as long as it takes. Usually it'll be 10 minutes or so, 2 or 3 times a day. So you want to do these when you wake up in the morning, once in the afternoon, maybe before lunch, and then once in the evening before you go to bed. So tonight, we'll just start with one of the most foundational exercises, one of the exercises you can get the most out of, and using it 2 or 3 times every single day, excuse me, for the rest of your life will help you to relax more, to diffuse mental conflicts, to help you stop the carnival, the parade of thoughts that might keep you paralyzed from taking action or toward moving forward in various aspects of your life. So that exercise is face stretching, and I'll just dive right into it. I want you guys to follow along with me. This is meant to be more experiential than explanation based. If you want the full training, that's available on the website radicalundoing.com. From there you can find your way to various training sessions, all that kind of stuff. We'll make that available in different ways as we proceed through these daily exercises as well. So now let's just do the face stretching. Follow along with me. You want to remember to do it by breathing and moving your face really slow from position to position. Now, some people might say there's other ways to do this, and there are millions of variations. We'll get into those. Don't worry, we have plenty of time. So for now, just start to twist and move your face in all different directions. Now see, I'm moving really slow, and I just noticed I was tensing my hands and feet. So I let that relax. Just let it go. You don't do anything about it. And now I'm going to shut up, and you guys can follow along with me, stretching the face. Now you want to remember to include the forehead, okay, the eyebrows, the eyeballs themselves, even the eyelids, the cheeks, the nose, the lips, the tongue, the jaw, the lower cheeks, and even some of these muscles under here in the neck and throat. And your eyes, different directions. Remember, it's three-dimensional. You can move things in different directions, up and down, side to side, in and out. It might feel kind of funny. It certainly looks funny. What you're trying to do is really feel the extent of the tension and stretch out the muscles in all different directions as much as you can while you continue breathing. And slow down if you started speeding it up. We'll do this for almost 5 full minutes. So now the cool thing about this, you do get the instant gratification, okay, which most people are after, but you also get cumulative results that happen over time. So if you join me on this journey, this 365 days of undoing, I know you're going to start feeling awesome results. That's why I'm doing this. The more you follow along, do these exercises, the more they become your own. You start to tap in to all kinds of latent inspiration, motivation, power, creativity, really a wellspring of adventure and enjoyment in your life. So I know that that works. I know that these exercises can help you tap into that, help you get out of your own way. Once you do that, you'll see the benefits of this stuff, know the power of what I have to offer, and then from there, you can choose which way you'd like to deepen that experience. Stretch and move a little bit longer, a little bit longer. And finally, hold the face with as much tension as you can, whatever face you're holding right now. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Now, take a full breath in. When you say ah, let all the breath out, let the face relax. Completely relax. Now, if you notice some tension in the forehead, you can tap across it like this. If you have to yawn, do it loud, really stretch and move your face. Different directions with the yawn. Open the mouth real wide, stick out the tongue, say ah, and let it relax. Now I already noticed my eyes are more relaxed, my face feels relaxed, eyebrows, cheeks, everything's kind of buzzing. Couple deep breaths. And just feel the effects of the exercise. Now the next exercise we're going to do is another foundational one many of you guys have already done. Regardless, the point of this is we're going to keep doing these because every time you do it, you bring more of the tension and conflict into awareness, which then means automatic relief, automatic tension release. Gives you back the energy that you're using in the conflicts in your mind and the tension in your body. So what we'll do is Atlas shrugged. We pull the shoulders up, tight as you can. Sit up straight, shoulders up as tight as you can, and let the neck relax. Let the rest of your body be relaxed. And just pull the shoulders up as tight as you can, really tight. You might notice crackles or pops, anything in there, that's fine. Now, one word of advice is don't do these if you have any kind of shoulder issue. If it has any pain, then don't do it. You do all these exercises at your own risk, of course. Try to do them slowly and avoid hurting yourself. Continue holding the shoulders up, tight as you can. Tight as you can. And finally, full inhalation, shoulders up even tighter, and say, ah, and thrust the shoulders down. Some deep breaths. And relax. Relax. And feel the effects of that exercise. Next, we're going to do a variation on the shoulders, just so you guys can see where some of this goes. The way we'll do that is to pull the shoulders up on the inhale, and then, thrust them back down. Just do a couple breaths of this. Inhale them up, and then thrust them back down. Again, shoulders up. And then, thrust them back down. Good. And then just relax and relax and relax and breathe. Feel the effects of the exercises. Now, one more. For this exercise, continue with the same movement in the shoulders, but the way this one works is that you continue moving your shoulders in this repetitive pattern on the inhale and through the exhale. So pay close attention. This is all going to be one inhalation. Now on the exhale, I'll say ah, 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 ah. Inhaling again. And then exhaling ah, 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 ah. Ah, 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 ah. Okay, and then just relax. If you need to, stretch out your shoulders like this. Pull in either direction. Reach your arms out. Pull your shoulders in the opposite directions to each other. While you keep breathing nice, relaxed, and deeply. Okay, shake them out real nice and good. Let's just go straight into the next exercise, which popped into my head. That's one of the cool things you can do here with the undoing is you learn to just go with the organic flow from one exercise to the next. So what we'll do next is an exercise where you bounce like this, and you shake loose your shoulders. So you can kind of get the idea. You can't see my feet, but of course you can just bounce and let the shoulders shake. To help them out, you can pull them up a little bit and let them flop down. And you dance and say, ah, 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 ah. And just try to bounce. Let your whole body shake loose. Yeah, like that. Okay, and then sit back down. Come back into the space. Relax. Relax. And relax. Now the next one, I'll show you something I haven't put in any courses yet, and I don't believe I've demonstrated it on YouTube yet. So you get to see this maybe for the first time. So you'll go ahead first, come back up a little bit. Now see, my hands first, you do this. Aim right at the center of your chest there. And notice from the side, you can see this as well. See how they're parallel to the ground? Parallel, and this is turned in, pointing in. From there, and my palms and fingers are touching. So I'll go like this. Inhale, and then push it out like that, using pressure and tension, and the hands pushing toward each other. So pressure this direction, and then pressure there, pressure that way. Pushing in toward each other, and coming out like this. You'll start to feel some trembling. You can see it, actually. And notice if you're tensing up your shoulders, let those relax. Broad chest. Again, notice if you're tensing the rest of your body. Put your feet flat on the floor. If you're doing it correctly, you'll notice some trembling. You can also stop here. You don't want to hurt yourself, but go till you feel some tension. Keep breathing, and then finally, let it go and relax. Shake out your hands and your wrists a little. If you want, you can grab your wrists like this. Kind of pull, squeeze, squeeze, shake them out. Do this if you like. Let them all relax. And then move on from that. As always, want to take a couple breaths in between. Feel the effects the exercise had on you. I felt a lot of opening up in the chest. Some of these joints between the ribs and the sternum opened up a little bit. The pecs relaxed and opened up. The scalenes, the rest of the neck muscles. And the muscles in the shoulders started to open up. Also in here, feel some more movement, some warmth all the way through the forearms, the wrists, and into the fingertips. So since this is the first night of getting started with the daily, twice daily, maybe even 3 times daily, Radical Undoing, Command Z, and Art of Not Giving a Fuck broadcast, we'll do a few more warm-ups. The next one I want to show you is called the flop. So I'll be able to show this with relatively good angle here with the camera. You can never quite demonstrate it perfectly on these live broadcasts with using just the computer, but you'll be able to see it well enough that you'll be able to duplicate this on your own. So just watch first, then I'll come back and explain each of the parts. What you're going to do is stand up straight, take a deep breath in, say ah, and let your torso flop over at the waist. You have a little bend in the knees when you do so. So go ahead and watch me do it a couple times, then you go ahead and do it along with me, okay? And be easy on yourself. I'll describe some common things that can happen to help you improve on your own flop. So let's go ahead and demonstrate it first. Okay, so I'm going to stand up straight, let the shoulders relax, take a full breath in. Inhale slowly back up. All right. Now, I'll explain that, and then we'll go ahead and give it a try, and I'll try and give you another angle on it by pulling the camera down a little bit further. So I'm going to explain each of the steps, and then you can go ahead and follow along as we do it again. So the whole point, you stand up straight, put a little bend in your knees, let your belly relax, a couple deep breaths, then you take a full breath in. So if you pretend this hand is, or this arm is you, you take a full breath in, you're standing up straight, then you say ah, and you let your torso just flop. So if it was your arm, you can practice, take a full breath in, standing up straight, let your torso just flop over. And it'll be the same feeling. The reason I do it with the arm is the same feeling when you let the arm flop that you want to get when you have your torso flop over, a sense of letting go, truly letting go and flopping over. Once you've flopped over, you make sure you're relaxing your chest and back, your lower back, upper back, and then your neck as well. Sometimes you'll have a tendency to lock the upper neck like that, or the upper back and the shoulders. Let your whole body hang over loose. Exhale completely. Then inhale, and on the inhale, you inhale slowly and stand up at the same speed. So, full inhale, you're standing up straight again. Let yourself flop over. So you get, it's a full cycle. Inhaling fully, saying flopping over, all the breath out. Then inhale. Back up to standing, say flop over again. Okay, so you keep that cycle going. You do it 10 or 15 times. Nice and slow. Don't try to rush through these. And after doing that, each time you ask yourself, did I trust gravity? Did I really flop? Was that free fall? Or was I hesitating? Or was I throwing myself over and helping with the movement? What you want is something between that. You don't want to be hesitating. That takes muscle contraction. You don't want to be forcing or helping the movement either. You want it to be just a letting go. Okay, and you'll know when you get it. But just keep practicing. I'll demonstrate it a few more times, so just follow along with me. Do your own flops. We'll come back and wrap this up for tonight. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do some more flops. Stand up straight, say, oh. Oh. And now I'll show it to you from a different angle. I'm going to pull the camera down. And so what you can see here is my feet, and you'll also see that there's a bounce. Okay, there's a bounce when I actually let go, when my body hits its natural stopping point. Okay, so here we go. Oh. 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 Now, see, I noticed right there a little jolt in my back as I was standing up. That's a message I was standing up a little too quickly. So if you notice any pains or things like that, again, either don't do the exercise or try doing the movement more slowly. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that one more round here. Oh. Okay, so that got me slowing down, moving things a little more slowly, taking it easy, really letting go. So, one thing also I promised, what we're going to do with these daily exercises, these daily or twice daily, 3 times daily warm-ups, is to go through a series of the physical exercises. Today we just did some basics, the face stretching, a few different shoulder ones, then the flop, and then also the hands one, okay? There's tons more where that came from. We'll be doing some of the same ones, and then doing some different ones, varying it up each day, each night. I also promised I'd give you guys an art of NGF, an art of not giving a fuck tip, trick, or tactic, or concept that you can apply in your constant, endless application of the art of not giving a fuck in your day-to-day life. Okay? So, of course, if it doesn't apply in your day-to-day life, you won't find it in the art of not giving a fuck, because the only thing I want to offer there is applicable, experiential tools you can use right away. So the first one I want to point out, well, actually, before I even point that out, I want to explain what I mean by the art of not giving a fuck. It's an art in which your medium is reality. Your medium is this space in which you find your perception, you find yourself existing or experiencing. Okay, and the way you apply the art is through almost always moving from victim, identifying the victim if it's there, abandoning or destroying it, and then taking steps into your own adventure, choosing your own adventure, if you will. And you do that, how do you know that it's your adventure? Because you feel excited about it, because you have an idea pop into your mind, you happen to be online and see an advertisement for some island adventure and you happen to go on it. Or you decide to take a walk through the city where you live in places you've never been before. It could be something as simple as that. It doesn't have to be traveling around the world, although it can be, and that's even much easier than you think. So the application of the art of not giving a fuck is something you do constantly. It's something you do to alleviate yourself of shame and guilt and feeling bad about yourself. So that's one aspect of the art. Other aspects of the art are finding easier ways to do seemingly complicated or difficult or impossible things. Okay, that's another aspect of the art of not giving a fuck. So each day, each night, we'll explore one simple tool or concept that you can apply right away in your life. So the one I wanted to bring up today is very simple. It's just 100% self-acceptance. So think about that. Take some time. Each of these concepts or ideas is just something for you to put on, try on in your mind, see if it fits for you. If not, throw it away. If it does fit, continue to use it. Apply it in ways that make your life more expansive, more enjoyable, more fun. So tonight's is 100% self-acceptance, 100% juice, as we like to call it. So no matter what additives, no matter how much you've judged yourself or other people have judged you, or you're holding yourself up to standards you can never live up to, or you find yourself failing or lacking in some way, you could start from now on to recognize those as just patterns and ideas in your mind that don't have any meaning or relevance to you and your direct experience of what is. Remember that fact, see the difference between those ideas, judgments, categories, whatever you want to call them, and then you as you are. When you remember what's really going on around you and within you, you can always make the choice to remember that you're having an adventure rather than continue to make yourself suffer by pretending to believe that you're a victim, that you don't have any other option. You've always got options. You've always got options. So the first foundational thing you need to do is accept yourself exactly as you are, exactly as you have been, and exactly as you may be sometime. Okay? And by doing so, that's going to allow you to open up to your life in a whole new way. You'll be able to start projects for the sake of just pure enjoyment and fun. And you won't have to do anything anymore in your life to make yourself okay, or to heal yourself, or to make yourself better, or to improve yourself, or to live up to someone else's standards. When you start with 100% self-acceptance, now from there you can claim the throne of your own individuality, take charge of your own life, and by that I mean identify what your actual desires are, and then start to do things that bring you deep and abiding satisfaction and enjoyment. The secret that I'll tell you is that that's available all the time, even though it doesn't seem like it. There's a way to be a spy for your own enjoyment. So I'm just going to leave it at that for tonight. We're almost a half hour in, and I know I have a tendency to try and give away everything I possibly can so that you can get all the benefits in the world in these tiny little doses, but that's simply not possible. So what we'll do is just try and cover a little bit every single morning and a little bit every single night. And then when you guys want to expand that into other areas, I'll mention on here what courses and workshops we have available and what's coming up. That said, what is coming up starting on April 20th will be the From Social Victim to Social Adventure, or from social victim or from social anxiety to social invincibility. So we're going to start that on April 20th, 2015. If you're lucky enough to be viewing this video before then, I will eventually be putting a link below here to a couple webinars we'll do in advance, so you can find out exactly what's going to be covered in that workshop and decide from there if it's right for you. And then after that, you'll be able to choose a level of engagement that's perfect for where you're at. But the aim there is in just 2 short weeks with 4 meetings and 8 steps, you're going to go from being a victim of your own social anxiety and social fears into an adventurer, a navigator of these situations. So you'll go from being afraid and terrified of embarrassed as it's your own self-empowerment. Okay, plus all kinds of other fun stuff we simply don't have time to get into tonight. But thank you for joining me. If you're watching this live, thanks for coming along. In future versions of this event that we'll be doing every single day, you'll also be able to join in a chat box. We'll just continue enhancing it as we go. But I wanted to get started right away. That's another little secret to the art of NGF. Even if you don't know all the details of how something's going to work, just dive in and go for it. Then you have data. You can figure out how to make it even more fun and enjoy it even more as you go. So in this case, I'm going to end for the evening. Hope to see you all very soon. And I'll be announcing when we're going to do these because it's going to be rather free-flowing on the Radical Undoing Twitter account. Obviously here on the Google Plus page, you can check it out on YouTube. And then also I'll be letting you know on the Command Z Facebook account. So there's tons of ways, no excuses. If I can do this every day, so can you. You can get the benefits from it. I already feel much more relaxed, open, and ready to enjoy the rest of my evening. So I wish you the same. Talk to you very soon.